So what's so funny, Mr. Vedran?
3 years of this bullshit.
No. The thing is that I was thinking when I was preparing for this episode, I was thinking about what happened in the last 3 years. I got my second degree. You got your PhD, and then and then some.
You were preparing. That's a very,
Yes.
very broad term to describe to what you are actually doing.
So I was actually thinking for 15 minutes before the episode.
And then I turned out with a suggestion which was probably far away from what you wanted to do.
No. But I wanted to do the retrospective. But what I was thinking about was the retrospective of what we have done. You have turned it into something that actually makes sense.
Oh,
So,
you are on the path.
welcome to the IT show. But what I wanted to do, I wanted to do the introduction.
Please do.
So, welcome to that IT show. The two guys talking nonsense about IT.
That's it. Roll the
Roll the
intro and
intro.
let's go. Yes. Okay, so we are not doing an episode retrospective. That's not going to happen.
No. But we need to do some retrospective thinking, because I think that this year, and I'm talking about specifically about this year, was the year when we were doing the most Microsoft bashing for in the last
That's
3
what you
years of
call
the
it.
podcast. No. But the thing is that Microsoft deserves a bashing, anyways. So this wasn't expected because everybody's doing it right now. So what we are basically we are doing the pop style IT right now.
I
Everybody's
prefer
on the.
I prefer a rock style IT, but okay.
So let's headbang into what you want to talk about.
Headbang into. I like that very much. That's good. Basically, when we started, we kind of started at the beginning of the era of ChatGPT. I'll let you in, on a little secret. When we were doing some of the first episodes, and a couple of weeks before that, I did not know what the hell ChatGPT was. Didn't know what the whole hoopla was. I didn't know the name. I didn't know the concept because I don't read the news. And there you were, being your usual sarcastic Twitter informed self, telling me, "Did you see the ChatGPT thing? Did you see the ChatGPT thing?" Like a toddler on ADHD and Adderall at the same time. And that's when I first checked what it was. Maybe a couple of hours before we did the first episode.
Let me get you in on a little secret.
Okay.
It's not a secret. You sounded clueless. You looked clueless. You were completely against the new technology as such, because as we all know, everything that comes up before you turn 30 is disruptive. Everything that comes after this is something that is completely useless. So this wasn't a surprise to me, and you didn't make any new disclosure when it comes to AI. But I must say that the way that we were treating it uh, is the same way that we are treating all the new technologies. Basically, I am completely all for it. I am going to try to use it as much as possible and see what is going to come out of it. You are more skeptical than me. By more, I mean a lot more skeptical than me. But anyways, the thing about AI is that it actually, from the early stages, it transformed everything. But I think that we should go a little bit before that, because I want to talk about the 2022,
Okay.
when we started this thing.
Okay.
This was the year when people were still talking about, and do you remember those days, about work from home? Do we
Yeah.
need to return to the office? Do we need to completely to change the paradigm of workforce, and all that nonsense that everybody was talking about? So
I got news for
people,
you. They still
yes,
are.
no, it's only on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is not real life. I
That's
just
so true.
decided. I just decided that whatever is on LinkedIn does not exist actually.
Good one.
But in all actuality, people were dealing with completely different set of subjects that they're dealing today. So we had the same. We are doomed. We are doomed. All the jobs are doomed. But it used to be it's post-COVID era. Nobody needs to return to the office. Everybody's going to get replaced by people who are working from home, and so on and so on. And then
Hmm.
came AI. And what I like is that I actually plugged it in a few AI tools, because there are a few AI tools right now. And as always, the tool as it is, it comes with the um, uh, good looking and useful sounding sound bites. This one said that the release of ChatGPT was an iPhone moment for the AI.
Okay,
And it actually makes sense.
it does.
It AI actually existed, LLMs existed, neural networks existed, machine learning existed, but suddenly there was a thing that completely made no sense but worked.
Okay.
It did something. So
Hmm.
this was something that actually went through different phases. We just got in Europe. We just got the latest video and imaging in ChatGPT. Gemini has a much better imaging solution. I went all out during the Christmas on creating a huge amount of specialized and customized Christmas decorations and Christmas cards. So the tool itself works.
Okay.
We have started from what was very limited text generation to something that is actually quite useful if you use it correctly.
Hmm.
The next thing that is developing right now is Agentic, so
Hmm.
Agentic AI, and let's go back and circle back to the Microsoft
Please
Agentic
don't.
OS.
Please
Agentic
don't.
OS.
Please don't. For the love of everything that is holy, don't.
No, the thing is that we are bashing on Microsoft for a few particular reasons. One of them being their completely insane AI strategy, which by itself is not insane. They just say, okay, let's put AI in everything.
First and foremost, I don't call it bashing. I call that rationally criticizing. You might lean into the bashing part a little bit more, which is fine. But the general consensus around the topic that you just mentioned is basically as they just, spit it to the wall and see what sticks.
No, but I know that we haven't yet crossed the Rubicon.
Yeah, sure.
You know what the Rubicon is in this particular case?
Agentic AI being useful.
No, a specific key on the keyboard. They
Copilot.
haven't yet. They haven't yet. They haven't yet decided to create an AI dedicated keyboard key.
Okay. You do realize that a lot of keyboards do have that key.
Yes, yes, but it's not mandatory yet.
Hmm. Well, a couple, what, a year and a half ago, the Copilot PCs were the rave of that particular time, and we're going to
Yes,
come back to that in
yes,
in
they
a
have
little
they
bit
have
later.
the AI key
Hmm.
by the sheer naming of the thing, Copilot PC.
Hmm.
But we'll go back to the Copilot. But while we just circling back, let's do the uh, constructive criticism of what Microsoft did with the Copilot PC initiative.
Go ahead.
Oh, good God! It was a good initiative. It was a good machine. It was an excellent machine. But I'm lacking the ways to describe how it failed when it comes to marketing and trying to push it into the consumers' hands. And the thing is that when I was thinking about why Microsoft did this, I'm completely not sure. Is it pure incompetence of the marketing because they had their hands tied because they had to push AI as much as possible. So they basically had to decide either they're going to push the AI or they're going to push their own PC line,
Hmm.
or it could be that Microsoft simply was talking a lot with Intel and all the different partners, and they decided they don't need to open another front. I'm leaning towards the political decision that not pushing ARM and not pushing the new technology and new platform.
which is what you mentioned in that specific episode as well
Yes,
when we were talking about that.
but
Having
nothing changed. So
yeah, having been to quite a few, let's say hundreds of hours of working with the Copilot PC ARM based, it is definitely a topic that needs to be discussed. So when that was announced, not for the Copilot part so much, more for the ARM finally, getting the rightful place on the desktop that it kind of deserves for quite a while now. Um, I was among the early adopters of the Snapdragon Elite platform. People who know me know that I am anything but an early adopter of anything in generals,
yes, yes,
generally speaking.
I can be
You can
completely
vouch
with
for
you on
that.
that. Yes.
Yes. Um, and actually, what happened there was I wanted to really see whether or not the laptop is going to be as good and as efficient as it was mentioned in the marketing blurbs. In general, I've used it way less than I thought I would. It still was useful for a lot of things. It does have a very good battery, but it's not near what it's not even close to what it was promised. And in the end, it turned out that in general, although in a different price bracket, the Apple's approach to ARM and battery life makes more sense from the efficiency perspective. Let's call it that way. Windows, I'm really pleased to say, actually worked really well from the first day when I started using them. I used that laptop a couple of days ago. Just did some of the upgrades, firmware upgrades, blah blah blah, and whatnot. So it still works really well. It actually works better than what it used to be because they had time to fix some of the bugs that were present in the translation layer for certain applications, for example, Grammarly and whatnot, which were Intel based. So they have that translation layer like Rosetta on Apple, which really works well. And as a business machine, for the amount of money that that machine cost, and basically when I look at it from the today's perspective, it is still a super capable laptop, barring you wanting to play heavy games.
Okay, but did they fix the word conundrum?
Yes, the word conundrum was actually related to a Grammarly conundrum, which was closely related to the one of the science databases conundrum, Mendeley specifically plugin for quoting. Those three things did not work well together. That's what the problem was. It made some of the papers that I was publishing last year in August and September made my
Yes.
life living hell. Just randomly switching the numbers and the content of those of the references and whatnot. But it was fixed soon after that. I don't know what the fix was and what the problem was. I fixed that by working with the editors of the magazine in a couple of ping pongs with them. They were not very happy about this, but I explained to them that this is the reason. So then they were okay. Because just a side note, at times when your paper is accepted, you are not allowed to make major modifications to the paper anymore. Only in line with what the editors say. And
Okay, but you're
changing the reference number and whatnot needs to be done specifically per editor's requests.
yes, but the way that your word automized the changes in your documents
Yes,
actually made it clear that something stupid is happening.
yes, and they noticed that as well. So they were very cooperative. We didn't have an issue with that, although in these types of situations, and I think we can apply that to general public in terms of just general business. If you had a situation like that with a general, Word document or PowerPoint, whatnot, it would be really, it is something that does not necessarily put a good light on you. You turn out to be unprofessional or something for no
Mm,
apparent reason. No, or for reasons that are not necessarily related to the work that you did.
but having talked to quite a few of academic writers who are doing different things, including not only technical writing, but also in the field of arts and all the other fields. Everybody has their own hate relationship with common tools for writing. So
Yes.
it could be either a word, it could be Mac OS's versions of the same thing. It could be a particular piece of software that, for example, the Academy of Drama Arts that I was working for also used. So all of those things tend to break, and
S-
people who are doing the writing tend they hate them usually.
I would argue that the use case that we are talking about might actually be considered an edge case. It's not like
Yes.
there are 2 billion people having that case. That's why I was very lenient towards the whole overall platform, and I didn't complain all that much, especially having in mind that it was fixed afterwards. And the hardware that they used in a lot of these laptops, Microsoft's and Asus's and whatnot, was really really good. The latest wireless, the latest Bluetooth technology, excellent screens, very good battery, good CPU. There were terabytes of SSDs for cheap, 32 gigabytes of memory, include whatnot. The platform itself was really really good, especially for the time, which is now a year and a half ago. To have basically a standard laptop with 32 gigabytes of memory, it's not something that you usually bought in the stores.
Yes, but okay, it was that. And just to pull the Apple card that you mentioned,
Hmm.
in the same time, in the last 3 years, Apple turned from heavily development and heavily invested in new technology company into a company that is just simply following everybody else along. They are pushing out new versions of the hardware that they did. It's what M5 now.
Yes.
M5 is the latest one,
Yes.
but other than this, nothing in particular has happened. For some reason,
If you discount the failure of their Apple Vision and AI.
or the failure of Apple Intelligence.
Yes, AI completely broken in their
No, 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 Apple
ecosystem.
Intelligence. Sorry, Apple Intelligence. AI is not AI; it's Apple Intelligence.
No, it's
They
AI.
they are very specific into pushing this notion along, and for what it's worth, right now, Apple Intelligence is capable of creating new emojis and doing something about creating text. But I'm not sure completely what they're trying to do. Anyways, what they did is they had this snafu with the Apple Vision,
Hmm.
which by itself is not a bad product, but it is completely it's a product without a market.
Hmm.
It's a product actually without a vision, which is by itself is funny.
Hmm.
And the main thing, it's a hugely expensive thing that nobody wants to buy.
It's in a different galaxy of reality in terms of pricing. Yes.
I don't know where and why Apple thought that $3,500 is going to be something that people are going to buy, uh, because they were aiming for hundreds of thousands of sold units, and from what I saw, is the number was in the low hundreds. It was in hundreds of thousands, but it was a low hundreds of thousands, and it basically was only early adopters and people who are not thinking about spending their money. They're thinking about buying the latest and greatest Apple product.
And it was, from what I heard, one of the most returned products as well.
Yes, yes. But the thing is that almost all, and we talked about this thing, almost all VR products that we are talking about are nowhere to be seen.
Hmm.
Even when I was preparing with the AI and everything else, there is not a single mention of VR in all the different things that the AI was mentioning in the last 3 years.
Yes, because it's completely irrelevant. It is becoming slowly irrelevant with some of the releases that came out in the past couple of weeks, perhaps, but I'm not sure even then.
I'm going to be seeing what the Steam frame, and you're
Hmm.
referring probably to this, is going to
Yes.
be. But something funny happened. And I'm going to now go completely off the script and off what we are trying to do here. And I'm going to talk about a little bit about VR because I haven't mentioned this to you since it happened yesterday. or I
Okay.
was made aware of it yesterday. So I have an extremely old demo device that later became MetaQuest.
Hmm.
So I have VR. That was a demo device that was intended for developing some of the games that the guys that I'm working for did, and they got a huge number of the devices. I was playing with those just to see what the VR is on about, and it's a demo device. So
Hmm.
demo device being engineering sample and demo devices, and they are pretty close to what was the production model, but they weren't supported by Meta in any way or form. They
Okay.
couldn't connect directly to the app and so on and so on. And yesterday I was doing some cleaning basically, and I was just powering up the thing to see if it even powers up, because it has been it's in its box for the last 2 years or so, and it said that I can connect to the Meta app, and I said, okay, let's do it anyways. Let's see if I can just connect to it, so I can actually try to see if I can actually get the thing to show any kind of image.
Hmm.
And then I realized that Meta app is suddenly supporting the older models. It is
Cool.
capable of upgrading the firmware, although the Quest itself is no longer supported. But there is a firmware from this year for this particular device, and the device now works.
Awesome.
It didn't work for 3 years, so I have zero idea why Meta decided to revive an old device from 7 years ago or 8 years ago, and then upgrade it to the latest firmware version, and then tell everybody, okay, this is no longer supported, but some of the apps don't work.
Cool.
Specifically, the YouTube works, so I can now watch YouTube while I lay in bed, because I have a huge monitor in front of me. It's not. I'm not saying that this is a useful usage case, but I can do that.
This sounds like a use scenarios, like picture perfect use scenario.
Yes. So this is the thing that you can now do. Anyway,
Cool.
let's go back to the huge pages and pages of things that AI and we wrote down. And the thing is that I want to mention the thing that you already talked about, the workforce.
Oh,
Uh,
work from home. Okay.
no, but the thing is that one of the sources says great workforce reset. Um, the
Okay.
continuous layoffs, or they are now called, there is a name for this. It's not layoffs, it's
You know how I get diarrhea from all the corporate bullshit terms.
yes, 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 yes.
Are you going to trigger me now?
No, because I cannot remember what was the term that they were using. But
When I hear
anyways,
the word agility, super integrated verticals, we need to make integrations. We need to trim the fat, shit like that. When I hear that, I lose my shit.
no, but the thing is that nobody actually uses diagonals anymore.
Yeah, that's the
I'm all for
problem.
diagonals. I'm
Yes,
against horizontal and vertical shifting. I'm just all for diagonals.
agreed.
But anyways, in the last 3 years, the number of people laid off was immense.
Yeah, in the millions.
This is one thing, and the other thing is that when you uh, take a look at the numbers, it is like if all the IT companies are simply just laying off all the people, and yet people are still working there.
Hmm.
So, what happened is the huge shift that nobody is mentioning right now towards, I don't know, seniors. Who is getting laid off? Developers, marketing, sales, God forbid, management. Who is being laid off right now, or who is being laid off at all? Because the companies are working. Okay, what they are doing is highly dubious in some cases, AI. But the thing is that what we are dealing here with is that hundreds of thousands of people are getting laid off. Companies are still working. Everybody's turning in a healthy profit based on the market shares and everything else. So what is happening there?
Can I borrow a page from what you usually consider your book?
Okay.
And this is going to be very unlike me, what I'm about to say, because I looked through some of the statistical data, especially for the U.S. labor market, with relation to these firings.
And I'm completely fine with you. New year, new veteran.
Wait,
That's it. That's it.
this is not yet New Year.
Mhm.
I'm having a big issue as a capitalist. I'm for capitalism. I'm not against it. Not in the current form, but still for it. For human beings to be replaced by AI, caveat, in situations in which companies are constantly piling up profits. And we talked about AI and AI regulation in more than a few episodes over the past 3 years. I'm not certain how, and I don't. I'm not pretending to have a solution to that problem, but I might suggest that we need to have that conversation in general, as a society, as a species. Reason being that a lot of whatever the amount of people was laid off, and we are talking millions. We are not talking hundreds of thousands, by the way. Uh, a lot of them were hired. A lot of them were fired um, in very sneaky ways. There are, especially in the U.S., there are certain laws, and you'll find this to be worthy of your cynical smile.
No, no, I know
There
what you're
are
talking about. They have warned laws. Yes,
they have
it's called
yes
warn.
yeah, yeah. They have to, for a certain amount of people to get laid off, they have to announce it in public. For certain, they don't, and they
Yes,
regularly abuse that.
I think that the
So
number is 50 per location.
I don't know. It's not a big number, that's for sure, but especially in relation with the numbers that we heard in this past couple of years. And when you see that, basically, my point is this, and you know that I talked about this many times over when we were discussing this. As soon as the capitalism turned into a completely shareholder valued organization of the society, it started rotting. And this is a perfect example of that. Do you remember at the beginning of the AI saga that
Yes,
I think it was some kind of a business manager in India who hired his whole call center staff or something like that? And
yes,
said he wants to use AI, fired everybody, like dozens, hundreds, whatever of people. Many situations like that happened in the past few years. And actually, a lot of companies, after initially laying off people, they started hiring them back. But there's a caveat. There are actually two caveats, but one of them is important. And this has been debated in public by certain, very wealthy individuals. I think the companies are trying to reset the job market to suit their needs, to lower the salaries of the people whose salaries have been significantly growing in the post-pandemic era.
yes, yes. This is all. This is obviously one of the results because, as I said, if hundreds of thousands of people are getting laid off, and the companies are more or less stable when it comes to the number of employees,
Yeah,
those people came from somewhere. It is not possible that all the people just simply got rehired from different companies and everything is fine.
there's a second leg to this discussion that I find to be very curious. I think this should be forbidden by law, strictly, like with a hammer. I think that a lot of companies are posting job listings without any intention of filling them, so that they seem like as if they're hiring people while not actually hiring people at all. Especially those larger companies in large numbers, because by doing that, they are, in a way, they are kind of like working on their public PR image at the
Uh,
expense of the people, of course.
yes, but it's hard to track.
I
In a
know.
company that is hundreds of thousands of people strong, being able to track what is the real job offering and what is just a marketing trick is almost impossible.
And there we come to the core of the problem. And this is something that you're going to be surprised about me saying, probably because you probably think as you commented on many times over, I'm the rightist capitalist or whatnot. Although we both know I'm not. The reason why this happens is not market dynamic. It's not AI. It's not post pandemic anything. The reason for that is incapability of our current legislative system and politicians and everybody else to finally put a freeze on companies growing bigger and bigger by acquiring other companies and becoming monopolies. That's the problem with that's in the background of this, because this eliminates any kind of competition on the market. Mhm. Anyway, to further explain what I was referring to, it's not the company size that's the problem; it's the abuse of dominance. Basically, market power is the problem, and I understand that consolidation isn't always bad. Economies of scale, integration, which might reduce problems and whatnot. But there are also massive side effects that we've seen lately, very prominent. Innovation is absorbed instead of challenged. And companies, basically, when they become too big, they also become I think I'm going to call it next gen of the previous 2008 crisis. Then they were too big to fail. Now they are not only too big to fail, now they are too big to regulate, which is worse. And let there be known, I'm against any kind of stupid blanket bans and whatnot. So I'm not about that. I'm saying that there needs to be a discussion about what's prudent or not, because a lot of people in the current situation in which we are right now, uh, especially when you look at, for example, the RAM prices and whatnot, what happened in the past couple of weeks only, a lot of people are thinking that companies think that they exist for other companies, not for people. That's where the disconnect is.
But the thing is that just took a look at the numbers for, in this particular case, Microsoft, public available numbers for the number of employees in Microsoft,
Hmm.
and they kept on climbing. The numbers were 163,000 in 2020, then 181, then 221, then again 221 in 2023, and then 2,200, uh, 2,200 and sorry, 228,000.
Hmm.
So 228,000 people in Microsoft right now, although they laid off something like 10% of the workforce, 20% of the workforce in the last couple of years. So the reason,
15,000 this year. That's what I found.
they still have 7,000 people more than the last year. Okay, so these are numbers for 2024. So we are not talking about 2025 now. But
Hmm.
the thing is that the number of employees keeps climbing. Okay,
Hmm.
in 2022 and 2023 it was the same. I need to check this, but the ballpark figure is there. If
Hmm.
they laid off 10% of the workforce, it will show in the numbers. So
Yeah.
they exchange people with some other people.
But my point is this, and this is, I think this is a rational conclusion if we are talking about Microsoft. Their Agentic OS is just further proof of what I was saying 3 minutes ago, which is that the innovation gets absorbed and then doesn't get challenged and then it disappears because Agentic OS is not an innovation. It's a piece of crap. And
No,
everybody is saying that it's a piece of crap, and you should look into the articles and you should look into the reviews of all of that crap, and you should look into even Reddit threads if you want to and whatnot. There isn't a single person on the planet that I've seen who likes this shit.
okay, but when we are talking about practical criticism of what Microsoft is doing, I have one huge problem with what they're doing right now.
Okay.
Windows shouldn't be Microsoft. Windows should be just what it was, a product. You had Windows OS, it was a product. There were applications then. Visual Studio was an application, Exchange was an application, Office was an application, and so on, or a pack of applications. So what you actually bought was first the OS, whatever you bought, and then the product that you wanted to use. I don't see the reason why AI wouldn't be a product that you use on top of Windows. So leave Windows alone.
Agreed.
It is an OS. It does what it does, controls memory, controls the processes, and so on and so on. All the
Remembers
crap that,
everything you do.
yes, all the things that we are telling our students about. And then you have something on top of it, a stack. Let's
Hmm.
call it a stack. It could be horizontal, vertical, diagonal, whatever
Diagonal.
stack.
Yeah.
Yes, but you have a stack of applications, then those applications perform something. And this is the problem that we are trying to spin as if The only thing that you can have on your computer is the Agentic OS, which is by itself a monolith application that encompasses everything: AI, Office, cloud,
Search.
databases, search, agents, and so on and so on and so on. So, quite a few things that you basically don't need.
But there's one good news out of this. And not only that additional cat.
Yes, the Daddy Cat decided to make her appearance for some reason or the other, and
That
she
just
went
means
away.
that there's going to be snowfall. You remember last time your cat appeared, there was snowfall in Zagreb.
I do
Anyway,
hope so. Anyways,
yeah, me too. Anyway, what I wanted to say is that Microsoft, with this approach, and they can do whatever they want. I don't care. But with this approach, they might put us in a situation in which next year we're going to say, yeah, the Linux here on desktop,
but
and it has started already. I think
it has started a little bit, but people are not still switching. But the thing is that we are not seeing the year of Linux desktop. We are seeing the year of
anything but Windows.
let's find anything but Linux, but Windows on the PC.
I know.
And this is the wrong approach. Just let's quickly mention Apple and the insanity that they did with their own OSs. First, changing the designation into from 18 to 26,
Hmm.
and then it is the OS that is not really an iPad OS because it has Windows, but it's not really a Mac OS because it doesn't support all the other things that laptops support. So now we have iPads Pro that are not really laptops, although they are laptops in all the way in the way that form and the work in. And this the second thing is that everybody is pushing for a keyboard for the iPad. So
Again,
suddenly yes, so you basically have a laptop without a keyboard, and the keyboard is almost mandatory when you buy the iPad. So still another piece of insanity that is Apple right now. But let's push on. Let's push on into the vibe coding.
oh yeah,
I want to talk about the vibe coding because I did some of the vibe coding myself,
yes,
and I must say that it is
and
fun.
then you stopped,
No, it's not that I stopped. I'm just not sharing all the projects that I'm working on. My work is back
which we
underground.
dislike because the project that we want you to work on is very useful, and you keep on doing your same old Jasmine shit.
Yes, and I'm completely fine with it. So,
Yes, long
so
live Yasmin, had the man with 1,000 projects.
yes, so suck it in. The project is going to see the light of day when
When
its
it
time
sees the
comes.
light of day, yes,
When its time comes.
yes,
Anyways, the thing is that what has happened is that all the AIs and all the different tools that are currently in the AI world actually created a agentic coding system that you can actually use to, if you have small pieces of knowledge, you can create applications now.
okay.
And rightfully, people are saying that this turned actual developers into architects, and the what used to be coders, so people who just blindly pushed out code, suddenly
Turn
were replaced by AI.
No, they became. If that happened, that means that coders got designated as people out of work.
Yes, and the thing is that it works if you know. Okay, not just a little bit. You need to know something about how the systems work. You are completely capable of creating, let's say, small and medium-sized, medium complexity systems. You can do it on the cheap. By cheap, I mean tens of dollars per month. And this is the main thing that the AI has actually changed, because now everybody can actually create an application almost for free, or for free if you are resourceful enough. And so all those people that you remember that did stupid things in stupid applications, for example, do you remember that guy who did art in Excel?
Yes,
So those people who are ready to invest hundreds of hours of work into doing something are suddenly have a new tool to play with. So everybody's going to try to create their own version of the application. Unfortunately, this means that the applications have become even more crappy than they were before.
Yeah, and there will be, memory leakage issues, security issues with them, and whatnot.
Let's not go there.
Why
There
not?
lies rust. There lies
Yeah,
rust,
that's
and the
what I
rust.
wanted to say.
There lies rust, and the rust is a problem right now.
Yeah, lately it's been becoming a problem all of a sudden.
Yes, and the thing is that suddenly rust is everywhere. I don't see why, but suddenly memory leaks have become a problem, and people realize that you don't actually need 128 gigabytes of RAM to be able to run some things. So I think that Java is going to be off the market really soon, but that's just me. Anyways,
Okay,
while talking about the RAM, I must mention the insanity that is happening right now when it comes to the memory market.
okay.
Because for some reason, at the same time, Nvidia decided that they're going to stop doing. Oh, you got your card.
hmm
How much memory?
5080 with 16,
Ah,
I
just
think.
16. Okay, okay then.
Yeah, 16 for what I need, more than enough.
So, anyways, Nvidia decided they're not going to be creating so many cards on the market.
Heard about
Partly
that.
because there is not no such market for it, and partly because it's much more cost effective for them to make money on selling chips instead of selling products. And this is the main thing that we need to understand. All the hardware manufacturers who are right now pulling from the memory market and just directing all the memory directly to whatever it is, Google, OpenAI, Amazon, or whatever. The main reason why they're doing this is because selling to end consumers is complicated.
Yeah.
You need to create a card. You need to have some sort of subcontractor, however you call it, a partner that is going to create your cards. You need to package them. You need to do quality assurance. You need to do post sales. You need to do things that end users require. If you just sell boxed chips to OpenAI, because this is what it is, they're just selling chips on a stick. It's DDR5 sticks with a huge amount of memory. You are skipping on a whole lot of different costs when it comes to distribution, and your profits go high.
Yeah, and Nvidia is, from what I heard, thinking about doing the same, selling complete cards without memory to the
Yay!
partners.
We're going to be back to the cards with RAM slots. That's fine.
No, not what they want to do, but that would be fun.
But the thing is that what they're eliminating right now is the need for the DDR6 memory.
Okay.
And this means that they're going to be they're going to be creating more volume to be able to do the DDR5. So they're going to basically alleviate the pressure on the fabs that are doing the memory, so they can create more memory for the AI, and also they want to create the whatever the nomenclature is right now, H200,
Yes.
H100, whatever the chip is.
Yep.
So they are trying to sell this. At the same time, okay, Samsung is not pulling out of SSDs.
hmm
Crucial is no longer
A memory
existent, or
manufacturer, yeah,
yes,
for
no,
end
no. The
customers,
Micron is the memory manufacturer. Crucial as a brand is going to
brand
completely
for the
disappear.
end customers. Yes,
Yes, so it's going to disappear. So suddenly we have a huge shortage of components.
but I was so longingly looking at the RAM pricing and thinking about upgrading my PC to 128.
Okay, it just shows that you have money right
No, it just
now.
shows that I was joking, but 1,300 euros or something like that.
On the top of company, there was a guy in the on the X platform, the
hmm
former Twitter, that says that right now you can actually buy an assault rifle for the same amount of money that you would pay for 64 gigs of RAM.
No, that's not a good joke. You know what's the best one?
No. Just wait. And he said that this actually means that right now this is the time to leave your keyboard and go into the wood.
Hmm. Please tell our audience the best joke about reselling memory.
I don't remember which one.
Nyushkalo apartment.
Yes. On the local market, there was a guy who pretended to be doing an exchange. Uh, Remind me, he said it was an apartment for 128 gigs, or he
Of
didn't state
memory,
the amount
yes.
of
And then he
memory.
said, for gift, you're also going to get the rest of the computer if you decide to do the
There's the
exchange.
components, yes.
I laughed
Yes,
my ass off.
yes, but the thing is that it's not far from truth. Right now, you can grab a newer processor for the price that is going to be lower than the older processor. You know that.
Hmm.
Right now, AMD is based on AM3, so an AM4, so DDR4,
Hmm.
are more expensive than the newer versions of the AMD processors, because the
Okay.
newer processor is using DDR5, which is expensive as hell.
Hmm.
So you can buy a newer processor on the cheap. You can buy a newer motherboard on the cheap because the memory is so expensive.
Yeah.
So right now the processor is no longer the most expensive part
How the
of the
tables have
PC.
turned.
Yes, and right now the prices for the graphic cards are not that bad.
Yeah. As evidenced by this one. Completely new in a box. 5080. 740 euros.
Yes, so the prices were not that bad.
Hmm.
Who would guess that you wouldn't be able to buy the RAM for that price?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, now back from the hardware thing. Let's talk about security.
Okay. Did
Uh,
you see the UEFI crack?
you no?
Uh, Low level programming YouTube
Yes,
channel. Go
it
there
has to
and
be.
check the last video. Basically,
Okay,
they found some kind of a hack that can hack basically any kind of UEFI BS on the current motherboards,
okay. I'm
which
going to
was
find out this.
exactly the reason why UEFI was actually created.
But we all know that when you create a system that cannot be cracked, it's going to be cracked immediately.
Okay, didn't it wasn't cracked immediately, but still.
But this happened to almost all the other systems that everybody was creating. So,
Yes.
anyways, security.
Hmm.
And I want to talk about a particular thing, and this is deepfakes in the security environment.
Okay.
Couple of weeks ago, I guess, I watched a video from a guy who makes tables.
Okay.
So he makes high-end tables. By high-end, I mean $10,000 plus for a single piece of table, single table.
You're talking about the YouTube channel,
Yes,
the black whatever,
whatever. I
the
don't remember the.
bald guy.
I know that there are a couple of. I know there are a couple of people who are doing the same thing. This is one particular guy that I'm watching on, but I'm not sure which creator it was. So I'm just going to put the. I'm just going to send you the video so we can put it in the comment. So, anyways, the guy. Okay, like yes, yes.
I've been following that
Uh,
one for years. Yeah. Cool. Okay.
I think
Continue.
that this is. I think that this is him. Yes, the video is called $1.7 thousand, $17,000 back.
Hmm.
And the thing is that if you take a look at the video itself,
Hmm.
you're going to see that what's inside it is it's a story about a person who bought a table from him, but didn't buy it actually from him, but it bought. She was trying to buy it from the scammer that
Hmm.
is scamming as his studio.
Hmm.
Now the thing is that inside the video there is embedded video of him talking to this person about how he's producing tables and so on and so on. The entirety of the video is a fake.
Hmm.
So somebody is selling tables, posing as him, And when somebody asks for a proof because they are unwilling to pay for tens of thousands of dollars of for a table,
Hmm.
this camera sends deepfake videos to respond to the questions. And this is, from the security perspective, hugely important,
Yep.
because it used to be that you would tell people, if you are unsure, just call the person that you need to talk to.
Hmm.
Now, if you are calling the person that you need to talk to, the only thing that needs to be faked is the communication channel, and this can be done more easily, especially if a person clicked on something that is scam baity,
Hmm.
and then you can basically deep fake the entirety of the conversation, and then you can get the money out. So from the security perspective, it's a huge problem.
I
Also, the
agree.
spams have become much, 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 much better.
I'm afraid that I'm agreeing with you yet again.
What is this? This episode is you agreeing with me.
Yeah, and
It's a
vice versa.
it's a so-called turning point in our episodes.
No, it's not. We should we
Anyways,
should we should be getting back to the old schedule program shortly.
yeah. So deep faking is a problem. Fakes getting better is a problem. Security by itself is getting different, because right now, and I was talking to a colleague of ours about this thing. It used to be that when you were in a data center, your main perspective from the security setting was to try to defend the inner network.
Hmm.
So what you wanted to do, you probably wanted to safeguard your network, you want to safeguard your servers, and so on. The intention and the targets for the hackers nowadays have completely shifted.
Hmm.
They don't care about your network. They want your network to function so that the AI functions, and they want to hijack the AI, because they don't need the broken network. They don't need to reconfigure the network for their purposes. They want the AI to work for them, so they want your network to function. It's
Sounds
a huge
reasonable.
shift. It's
Okay,
a huge shift.
let me suggest one more topic.
Yes.
If there ever was a year in which cloud providers proved that at times their service is a piece of shit, I think it was 2025, and not only cloud providers.
The term you're using, not to try to be insulting to anybody, the term you're using, the cloud providers are providing the best effort service. They are making an effort there.
They're making an effort, yeah, and for that
Yes.
they're earning hundreds of billions of dollars. How does that work?
The thing is that the cloud providers have proven to be a huge problem. The clouds themselves, and this is a controversial topic that we are going to be doing a completely separate episode on, but I'm going to put it out there. I think that the AI war has already been solved. I think that Google won. And
Okay.
I'll explain this in a couple of sentences later. But let me just finish this thing. The cloud providers have a huge problem right now, because they're getting blamed for everything. They are trying to shift their attention into creating AI data centers, whatever that may be.
Hmm.
Suddenly, everybody stopped thinking, and everybody is misconfiguring their own networks because they don't know what to do.
Okay.
And as a final point, what is happening is that completely insane theories are starting to pop up. For example, how much water is being lost for every query for the AI?
Hmm.
I'm not completely aware where the water is being lost in a data center, and I wasn't aware that there was a metric that was measuring the liters of water per query, but here we are.
Don't be surprised that that's soon going to be one of the most important measurements. Just like I was saying years ago, that the data centers are not going to be designed in accordance to amount of cores per data center or per rack, or GPUs per core per rack per whatever. I said like 10 years ago that soon enough data centers are going to be designed by how many gigawatts of power they're using. And that's
But
exactly
but
what's
but but
happening
but
right
but
now.
but it used to be square meters.
Yeah, I know.
You got
Now
you
it's
got to your bigger data center was a bigger one.
yeah, I know. But this is exactly my point. So the next measurement stick is going to be how much water are you, wasting from the environment in order to be able to cool that.
So what we're basically looking for is a black hole entropy machine.
Considering the amount of investment being made in AI data centers right now and the amount of power that they want to use for that, yeah, that's going. The black hole is a very good explanation of that.
Yes, it's a singularity because they're trying to shift tens of gigawatts of energy that they don't have into as small as space as possible.
Yeah.
And this is going to end up poorly, as they say, because the demands themselves are completely insane. I was looking at Patrick Boyle's
Hmm.
video. Also, I'm going to put a link to it, where he was talking about the data centers and the amount of power that they are investing in. And I think the numbers were 23 gigawatts in the next 5 years.
I think it's
And
way bigger than that.
no, no, no. But this is the direct number that everybody has agreed on.
Okay.
And the amount of power that they're requesting right now means that they need to create more or less 23 nuclear power stations in the next 5 years.
Hmm.
They have built one in the last 30 years.
That's good.
So right now they need to in 5 years do 23.
Let's see how that works out.
I'm not working out the speed up required to make this thing happen, but somebody is going to have to speed run the nuclear energy deployment
Yes,
quite quickly.
I agree.
Or we could do the same thing that we are doing with the AI industry or the IT industry already. Just close down the rest of the industrial complex.
Yeah, we don't need food.
But we don't need, I don't know, military. Oh, sorry. We don't need, I don't know, precious. We do need those. Food, yes. Water, yes. Air
Cars.
conditioning can be turned off.
Yeah, cars. We don't need those.
But what we need to see is national international mandate of turning off all the air conditioning inside the houses.
Okay.
S-
I have a topic that is, I think, a little bit selfish for both of us to close the video because we are already close to an hour. You know what else happened in the past 3 years? Something that we can be proud of.
the
We
numbers,
no, not that, not that. Yeah,
but
we're good.
I'm really proud on Arch hitting 400,000 subscribers in the next
Yeah, a
couple of
couple of
weeks.
days, weeks. Yeah.
Weeks,
No,
weeks. I'm going to go with weeks.
yeah, I'm not didn't want to talk about that at all. I was actually going in the direction of the stuff that we do, our jobs. In the past 3 years, one of the things that's happened, I don't know how to put this. Maybe developed is the wrong word, but we helped co-create a whole new generation of system engineers and cybersecurity experts.
And thinkers, this is the most important thing.
There are more than a few of those who are really top notch. Most of them actually work for us now as well. Uh,
I'm going to completely ignore the usual things and I'm going to shout out for Anna and the Mate and Josip and
Josip
everybody else.
and Luca. Yeah, yeah,
And Luca, yes.
yeah. We actually managed to, let's put it this way, for both you and me. I don't know actually about you. We never had a discussion, but for me, doing education was always more of a hobby than actual job. And translating a hobby into a job is always something that you want to do. To see that on a little bit of a larger scale in the past couple of years, actually, because a lot of them graduated, moved to new roles, got hired with serious companies and whatnot. And we've seen that in the past, but maybe it wasn't as visible. I don't think we didn't pay as much attention because we did. But at times there are, young people, younglings, much younger apprentices, as we call them, sometimes jokingly, that just kind of surprise you.
But I'm not surprised. In
You
the
should
last
be.
3 years, in the last 3 years, or to be more precise, in the last 5 years, because we are talking about 5 year period when it
No, no,
comes to
no.
some of these
I
people.
know why I'm saying 3 years.
No, no, but we have profiled them. But in the last 5 years, we did the initial triage and so on. In the last 5 years, I think that we something like close to 150 people came through our system when it comes directly to you and me. And I think that having 5 people out of those actually is a decent, completely expected percentage.
Yes, especially having in mind that they're top notch, all of them.
Yes. Yes. So the thing is that I think that we should be proud about all those things. But I must say that the troll in me says that you have just created a new title for me and you:
And that is what?
educational hobbyists.
Hobby. That's perfect. That sounds good.
No- Not a lecture, but educational hobbyists.
That should be a title that should be stamped into the law.
Or we should be a hobby lecturer.
Holy shit. We're changing the world within.
But I think that the idea of us actually being talking about the education as our hobby makes sense because we are not doing it as a job. We are doing it out of love or something close
Yeah,
to it.
sense of purpose, I think.
Okay. When you talk to
Calling.
some of the students, I'm not going to talk in sense of purpose. It's just a way of uh, advancing the hours in the day and wasting them on trying to get the point across.
There he goes. Okay. Anyway, yeah,
Anyway,
I'm
all
I'm
joking
quite
aside,
quite happy with the numbers as well, but that's not the topic, and I think they're going to go as they go. Everything's going to be fine.
okay, let's finish with one thing. I want to have your opinion, and I need it to be quick. Quantum computing was mentioned here in
Hmm.
the documents that I sent you, but I wanted to talk about something else. All the documents here are mentioning IBM, Google, Continuum, so on, so on, and so on. But China has recently said that they have the quantum computer that is the biggest one in the world right now.
Yeah, I saw
And they
that.
also mentioned that they have extreme UV equipment ready to be deployed.
Almost ready.
It's always almost ready because equipment is ready when it's able to create some sort of a yield or
That's decent
actual
enough to be
chips that can be
economically
used.
viable. Yeah.
Let's go with it is able to create chips, not
Okay.
a single chip after the 10 years of working.
I'm going to say two things and be very short. In terms of quantum computing, I'm with Sabine Hosenfelder, who said a couple of months ago that she's completely disappointed and doesn't believe in quantum computing anymore. I'm more of a, I don't trust it right now. And the second thing, if you're talking about China's production capabilities, from what I hear, they are very far away from reality. And
Okay, I'm not sure.
announcement of something, as we've learned, especially in the past few years, announcing something isn't equal to actually doing something. And the amount of investment that ASML and others have made into all of these EUV machines and whatnot, this is not something that you can copy in a year or two. So there,
Yes,
from
I'm with you.
industry analysts say that they're still a couple of generations behind, realistically.
But this is something that actually aligns with what I'm thinking about. But the thing is that right now, I must say that I'm scared of a singularity that is going to be created by AI from one point and the quantum computing from another.
Okay,
Everybody is going to completely lose their minds
you
because
think?
somebody is going to start connecting those two things together, and we are going to get, and I'm going to be the first to mention this thing: QAI, quantum
QA,
artificial
yes.
intelligence.
This is where we need to put our efforts in research.
Yes, so QAI being being completely wasteful in using different methods of quantum computing to perform and do bad AI inference.
Can I share a secret with you, which you should be aware of, but you don't check the numbers often enough, so you might not remember?
No.
No, okay, then we're good.
Yes, 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 but it's not a secret if you share it with me.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Okay.
In the past 3 years, the three of the most watched and interacted episodes with have all been with our students
I know.
by a country mile.
We are metric in Croatia.
That's a good way to end the episode. Yes,
Yes. So by a few by a few kilometers. Yes.
yes, by a few kilometers. Yes. Okay.
Let me just see. Let me just check on the numbers. The numbers that I'm looking for are so basically what you're looking for is 2,000 subscribers and more. And this is the right place to say it. Please like and subscribe after the
For the
1
first
hour
time
of,
in ever. Yes, that's the one.
after 1 hour 1 hour of talking. But the thing is that right now the analytics are looking good, but both you and me are not that concerned about analytics.
Don't care.
But I do care. I want to see the million.
Gonna get there. Give it a few years, and we're there.
From this, I'm going to go with 2 years more. Let's say 3 at this pace. But we'll
My
see.
my plan for next year is to finish the year at 500,000. By the way, I have a
I
mandate for that from somebody who is the boss of me.
I
Much younger and a little bit higher boss of me.
okay. So is there a replacement waiting?
No, but I have some plans which we should discuss offline.
Okay. Anyways, here is to the next 3 years at least. And thank you for being with us in this particular episode that was filmed in the last possible moment before it has to be released. And
Yes,
now Weden is going to have a night off to finish it.
we have a little bit of a more relaxed schedule, so everything is fine.
Yes. So, Merry Christmas to everybody. Whatever your holiday is, make it happen in the nicest ways possible. All the luck in the next year, and see you in the next week.
Yeah, and the next year, basically.
In the next year, yep. It's no. The next episode is going to be out on the New Year's Eve.
No,
No,
second.
second.
Yeah,
It's yeah.
January
Okay.
2nd.
Okay. Yes, the first working day of the year.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
See
See
ya.
you.
Bye.
Bye.